Brock here again. So last time I talked about the second point under the COSO guiding principle of performance, which is assesses the severity of risk. So this time we'll move on to the third point, which is prioritizes risk. Again, performance has 5 points. Identifies risk, assesses the severity of risk, prioritizes risk, implements risk responses, and develops a portfolio view. Now that cyber risks have been identified, assessed, and documented in a risk register, your organization must go about the critical task of prioritizing the risk. Again, all risks cannot be fully mitigated all the time, as that would not be an efficient allocation of capital and resources. Does the exposure of the assessed cyber risk fall within your organization's risk appetite and risk tolerance? If so, then chances are your organization will simply accept the risk. But if it doesn't, then a decision needs to be made to respond to or to treat the risk. If the cyber risk is likely to impact your organization's ability to actually meet its strategic goals, then it needs to be escalated to the enterprise risk management team, so that way it is incorporated into the enterprise risk register and evaluated and prioritized alongside other enterprise level risks. Each organization's ERM team will use different factors to prioritize risk, but these factors will typically include a determination of the overall risk exposure based on impact and likelihood, as we've already discussed, and a cost-benefit analysis of implementing a given risk response. So in other words, try not to spend $1 to save a dime. It's important to note 3 things. First, monetary values and scales for risk exposure, such as low, medium, and high, are specific for each organization and are usually determined by the board's risk committee or the executive leadership team of smaller organizations. The scales may shift according to risk appetite and may look like a bell curve where most of the risk will fall into the medium or the middle category. And a specific metric often qualifies the overall risk exposure, such as a $5 million negative impact to EBITDA or a $2.5 million total cost to recover from the risk event. Work with your ERM team to ensure they evaluate cyber risks at the business unit level and at the enterprise level using the same methodology. The scales may change at the business unit level, but the same methodology should always apply. Finally, speaking the same language of risk across the entire organization and ensuring your cybersecurity team follows suit has 4 primary benefits. It creates a risk taxonomy across the entire organization. It enables an aggregated and prioritized enterprise risk register that informs executives and the board of critical risks. It facilitates the cost-benefit analysis of implementing a given risk response, and elevates the cybersecurity team's profile across the organization by demonstrating an understanding of cybersecurity's position within the enterprise's entire risk profile. Next time, we'll talk about implementing risk responses. As always, I love your comments and your feedback. Please keep them coming. And if you want to have a direct conversation, just shoot me a message and let me know. Have a great week.